Hey guys, I am here to talk to you about this, the Aston Martin DBX. Before I do, please go ahead and press that subscribe button. Thanks. So right now I'm standing here in Pacific Palisades, California, and it's beautiful, but it's raining and there's lightning, but I don't care because I need to tell you guys about this amazing car. So the DBX may not be the fastest SUV on the market. It isn't even the most expensive, but it is so special and it really won my heart, and I think it will win yours too. So let me tell you why. So the DBX starts at $176,900, which sounds like a lot of money, but there are a lot of cars out there in that category, right? There is the Lamborghini Urus, there is the Bentley Bottega, there is the Cayenne GTS. This one doesn't have the 0 to 60 times of the Cayenne Turbo. It doesn't have the flash of the Lamborghini. It doesn't have the nameplate of the Bentley, but oh my God, the way this thing drives blew my mind. The Aston Martin set out to make this vehicle. They wanted to create something that was an SUV, but drove like the Vantage. Listen, I drove the Vantage. That sounds impossible. That car is spectacular, but what they did here is quite amazing. We've got a 9-speed transmission that comes to us from Mercedes, and also the AMG engine, which is the twin turbo 4-cylinder V8. It's producing about 542 horsepower. And obviously this thing is a lot heavier than the Vantage. However, the way this thing moves is nuts. So for $176,900, you're getting a lot of standard features in this vehicle, including these 22s. All-wheel drive is also standard in the vehicle, but this one in particular has a lot of upgrades, most notably the $9,000 matte paint. But look how gorgeous it is. I mean, is it worth $9,000? I don't know. If you have that kind of money, why not? This is gorgeous. If you test drive this car, please, please, please promise me you'll touch the paddle shifters. Even if you've never used paddle shifters in your life, I don't care. Just try them. They are truly special and feel fantastic. The only one that compares is the Mercedes GC. This just feels like power. It's fantastic. Another thing that's worth noting in the drive are how wonderful the brakes are. There's a long travel in the pedal themselves, but when they engage, boy, they could stop a freight train. They are fantastic. Like the Vantage, the DBX is very, very simple to drive. This transmission is seamless, got a bunch of drive modes, which takes you from GT to Sport Plus to individual, meaning you can be driving around town and be smooth as silk, and then you can pop it into Sport and Sport Plus, and it will stiffen up like you're driving an F1 car. And with these 22s and that engine, sometimes it feels like you are. It's really, really nice. The thing that really, really got me with the drive here is the chassis. So I drove this afternoon with a full cake and a bunch of wine in the back, and nothing spilled. Now, it may have been a dumb move, but the way this thing stays level the whole time is pretty spectacular. Perhaps the stability is due to the triple chamber air suspension with adaptive dampening or the electronic active roll control. I don't know, but this thing is as stable as a vehicle as I've ever driven. The vehicle has full LED automatic headlights and daytime running lights. There's obviously iPhone integration and 4 USB inputs. My passengers in the backseat were truly delighted with the drive. Now, another thing that's always really special about Aston Martin is the way that everything is hand done. All this beautiful stitching you see here is hand finished in England. And so it gives you that feeling, and I know it doesn't appeal to everyone, but that you're sitting in a really high-end purse. Everything that you touch feels beautiful, feels high-end, feels luxurious. The entire time I was driving this vehicle, I felt pampered. I felt elevated. I don't know how to explain it any more than to tell you this to me is luxury. The Aston has all of the technology upgrades you would expect. It has Apple CarPlay, it's got the safety features, it's got dynamic cruise control, you know, all of that stuff. Automatic braking, fantastic. There are a lot of buttons in this car, and it can be a little bit confusing. Like in terms of the drive, it's all very straightforward. The comfort things are a little bit more complicated because there are a lot of buttons here, there are a lot of buttons on the steering wheel, and there is the scroll feature as well as the touchpad. So sometimes that can get a little bit confusing, but once you're used to it, it's all placed perfectly in the car, which is really half the battle. Okay guys, I looked really hard to find a flaw in this vehicle, and I found one, maybe two. All right, fine. So the one flaw is that the automatic stop start, you know, when you're at a stoplight and it turns off to save gas. Well, when you have that on in this car, it can be a little jumpy and it's irritating. Other flaws, oh damn, I don't know, the cup holders were really small. Yeah, I'm sorry, I really looked. That's all I got. So, is the DBX some fancy new EV? Nope. Is the DBX setting some sort of Nürburgring records? No. Does it have some crazy new technology? Nope. But what the DBX has is a drive that you will not forget and an interior that will give you a smile every time you're inside. This is a very special SUV.